Hello, good morning. We have a special live video. Sorry, I'm just having to fix my phone angle because Facebook covered up and I couldn't tell what it was. So this is the beginning of a series of really short videos, 5 minutes or less every morning, really breaking down the tired, fat, feel like crap cycle. That's really what we help people break free of, and we talk about it a lot, or we name it a lot, but we don't ever really break down how do you even get here? And so that is what I am going to do today, and actually for the next few weeks in really short chunks, just really breaking down what happens, how do we all get stuck, and how do you get unstuck, because that's what it's really about. All right, so picture this. Back in the 1800s, early 1900s, most lives were pretty calm. Of course, yes, there were the wars, and between the wars, things were better, but between major, huge historical events, things were pretty calm. I love Little House on the Prairie. One of my birthday gifts when I was younger was the entire Little House on the Prairie set. And if you read those stories or watch the TV show, they spent most of their days kind of hoeing, making bread, just kind of living the day-to-day life, and every once in a while a wolf came over the hill. So 90% of their life was really calm and 10% was extremely stressful. Well, in today's world, those numbers are flipped. We spend 90% of our time extremely stressed or constantly aware, and very little time, if any, very, very calm. Even on vacation, a lot of people will say, I need a vacation from my vacation, because we don't get much of that just calm, repetitive, really parasympathetic, restorative time. And that is really the core of why everything goes so horribly wrong for us and why we all get stuck, or not all of us, but it's very easy to get stuck in what I have named the tired, fat, feel like crap cycle. So today I'm just going to go over really general how it happens, and then tomorrow we're going to start breaking down how you can free yourself from it. All right, so I have my watch to make sure I don't go over time. So really quickly, we start with the stress response. Now again, we're built really amazingly to survive. We have these amazing ingrained survival mechanisms, and they are awesome if we're dealing with famine or a bear attack. They are not so great if we're dealing with text messages and cell phone calls and traffic jams and school projects and the laundry pile. They just get overwhelmed. And initially they get overwhelmed, and then they get exhausted. And as we lose that ability to maintain and respond to stressful events, we get a buildup of inflammation. Because the same hormones that help us control stress also are involved in controlling inflammation. So if you can't control stress, you can't control inflammation. Well, now we have our body breaking down all over the place, and it's in tiny little places, so you won't necessarily notice it. It's not like if you hurt your shoulder or get a cut where it's really obvious, but it's these small, tiny little areas of damage that we can't fix. We can't control the response to those areas of damage. And so we end up sucking up way more of our nutrients than we'd normally need. You know, we're going to all of our B vitamins, all of our vitamin A, all of our vitamin C, all of our vitamin D, and just sucking it all in as fast as possible, trying to control that inflammation, and unsuccessfully. Because again, you can't tell, and you're not necessarily getting those signals to say, eat healthier, supplement. And even if you eat healthy, sometimes you just can't eat enough to overcome this chronic, massive damage. So we suck up our nutrition, which means we also can't control our stress. So that decreased stress response gets even worse, which means we actually aren't sending blood to our digestive tract. Because when you're stressed, when you're about to be attacked by a bear or an email, you send blood to your muscles, you increase your heart rate. You change how the blood flow in your brain even works, because it's not about doing calculus, it's about survival. So we decrease our blood supply to our digestive tract, which means even less nutrition because we're absorbing even less of what we eat and digesting it even more poorly as well, creating more inflammation. So let's give that a recap. So we start with stress. Stress response means increased inflammation. Increased inflammation means more nutrition, or worse nutrition. We can't keep up with our nutrition. Poor nutrition means more stress. More stress means less nutrients. Fewer nutrients means more inflammation. And inflammation increases our stress. And that is the tired, fat, feel like crap cycle. That is where we get stuck. That is why it's so easy to get stuck in it. And it's not in your head, it's in your hormones. It's in how we respond to modern life. And so the good news is you don't have to stay here. The first thing we do is figure out where you're stuck. And that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. how do you actually start to reset that stress response? And resetting that stress response then is that nice resetting the dominoes so everything else works better. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching. I will be back at 8:30 tomorrow, tech gods willing. This is my office, so you get to see a little bit of where I live. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back in our office. We are closed for a snow day. I hope you guys all stay warm. Enjoy the snow. It's so rare for us to get it here in Columbus, and it's beautiful, crunchy, white, fluffy snow today. And that is a great way to have a nice parasympathetic, calm morning. Go out and play with your kids, play with your animals, and really enjoy this day off for those of you that have it. And if you don't, maybe just look outside and enjoy the fact that for once every few years, we get our city covered in a beautiful coating of white. All right, I will see you in the morning. Bye.